Yes, you read it right. Unfortunately, I am putting the GT3 up for sale. But before I will tell you the reason why I decided to sell the GT3, let's quickly remember all the crazy memories I've been able to create with this car. I decided to just literally take my phone and start scrolling from the moment that I've bought the car, May 2022. I remember first trip was to Milan for Cars and Coffee event. So we did this huge Milan trip, which was insane. Then a rally, Piano to Dolomites, Italy, ending in Monaco. And before that, there was the big one, that was the exhaust. When I have installed the JCR exhaust, and this was like having a brand new car. Yeah, a lot of pictures. Then from the highlights in my memory, it was when I took the car to Switzerland and installed winter tires in it and did like full send during the whole winter in the mountains. And this was probably like the biggest highlight for me of owning the GT3. A year later, we did another torque rally. That was Cannes to Marbella. Yeah, I took it to St. Moritz, to the ice. That was actually fun. Driving. A lot of driving happened. A lot of mountain passes, a lot of driving around Switzerland, a lot of driving around Monaco, road trips, meeting friends, meeting people, and that was just so cool. I thought it would be a great idea to take the car out right now, go for a little drive around Monaco and talk to you why I made this decision. It's a hard decision for me because I've spent so long with this car and I love it in every single way. But there are just those few things that really put me on the side where I feel like I have to sell it. I'm curious if you're gonna agree with me or not. I'm filming a video right now and I should kind of be, effective and not spend too much time on it. But because I've put this wonderful little chair here, I'm just taking like a second to admire the view. Check it out. Yes. Listen to this. Just music to my ears. Of course, when we talk about selling a car, we have value in our mind. And this is probably the first point that I would like to touch today. Is one of the reasons why I'm selling the GT3 is the value. When I bought the car in May 2022, I've never thought that I would keep it for so long. I thought that I'll probably drive a year with it and then I would flip it. But then when the year passed, I loved this car so much, I was like, well, there's no point in selling. And then the market was still quite hype about it. So I was like, of course I'm keeping it. Then second year in and third year, I was like, okay, well, I need to sell the car in order to retain its value. But I realized that if I take the money out of the car, what am I gonna buy? Because this car ticked every single box that I needed. I love driving it. I think it's one of the best chassis out there. The engine, of course, we know it's glorious and lovely, nothing to say about it. I learned the car really well, and for me this is probably the most important, is I feel like I'm one. So when I drive fast and I want to enjoy, I don't feel scared. I know exactly what's happening. I can have my fun. It can go a bit on the limit of things, but I still feel in control. And this only comes after you've driven the car for quite a few years. Plus, my spec. I'm very lucky with the spec because it's very rare. There are very few cars that have it, and I personally love it. This green color with gray rims, yellow brake calipers, yellow details, super clean, super classy. Really, like, why would you sell a car like this? But today we're getting into a point where, of course, brands have to release new cars, even though those are amazing. And we owners, as always, have to somehow deal with it. So my take on that is, there's a 992.2 which is out. I haven't driven it, but it's probably the same. I really don't believe that us casual drivers will feel all those little bits and pieces that they've improved. For me, this is quite perfect. And once those are hitting the market, then of course those are going to start depreciating. And on the other hand, what we have is a very strong market of the 991s, especially 991.2s, and especially in touring, but also in the club sport package. Those are holding up very, very well, and they're still very high up in price. So then the 992.1 kind of falls in this nomads area where it's not the newest car, it still didn't start holding its price and appreciating because of age. So unfortunately, what Porsche made to the 992.1, it basically created a transition model, which unfortunately is not really important for values or history or whatsoever, because you'll probably be able to spec the 992.2 in this spec, and 5 years down the line everyone will prefer the 992.2 just because it was the newer car, because this had nothing that would stand out that much. Before there were rumors that the 992.2 would be in hybrid, but it didn't, so stayed an atmospheric engine. So that's where we are. So unfortunately, for me to keep the money that I've spent on this car, I have to go and sell it. This is number one. And as much as I love cornering like this in this car, wow. There's one emotional thing that I need to talk to you about. Is I feel like I need a new spark in my garage. As much as I love this car, as much as I think it's perfect and nothing beats it, I feel like it's time to start something different, a new journey. Maybe I have this feeling because I'm in this full-on YouTube story right now with filming one video a week for you guys, and I kind of always think about new ideas to film and something cool and something crazy, and there's obviously that much that I can do with this car. So part of me wants this something new, something different, maybe something that's maybe not even that logical, you know, because the logical continuation of owning this car for me would be going down to a 991.2 Touring GT3 with a manual gearbox. This would be kind of the logical way for me in terms of value, in terms of driving, having a manual gearbox, beautifully looking car, space in the back. Anyway, that's probably a separate video. But that's like a logical one. But I feel like I need something crazy, maybe stupid, maybe something classic, maybe something not brand new, don't like super brand new cars, but you know, something maybe that's 5 years old, maybe it's something that's 6 years old. Something maybe that we could build, make a project around it, add some tuning elements, you know, take it road tripping. Not because I cannot do this with this car, of course I can, and I can probably go up to 40,000 kilometers with this car. I want some sparks, you know, I want something crazy. And of course I'm always, you know, reading all the comments, and I love the engagement with you guys, because that's probably what makes me feel connected to you, because otherwise it's quite a depressive story. You're sitting alone in the car with a camera, you know, there's no feedback, it's not like you're talking to a person. So thank you first of all for, you know, letting all the comments down there. But my point being, tell me, what would you buy if you would be me? So let's say I'm taking the money out of the GT3. I want to see your thoughts, because I know sometimes you guys bring some very interesting input on the table. Important to mention, I have not yet put the car officially up on sale, so you are the first ones to know. So if there's one of you who's watching and would be interested to become an owner of this beautiful 992 GT3 in a very cool color, hit me up in the comments or on Instagram, anywhere, and let's talk, because that would be a dream deal before I have to put the car up on sale publicly, etc. And on top, if I could sell this car to somebody who's watching me, that would be like the coolest thing ever, because it would go into the hands of someone who's a real passionate and who loves cars, because that's pretty much every single one of you on this channel. Should we do a little this? Oh la 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 la. Okay, we're not gonna do this. I have cameras and stuff, drones, and it's all going to hell. All right. In case you want to see full send in the GT3, there is another video on the channel where I took it to my favorite road in the south of France. I'll leave a little link here. Oh la la, everything is falling off. Of course, this is a very hard decision to take, because it's something that's very close to me, this GT3. It's really in my heart. We bonded with it on a next level, to be honest. But I feel like an end of something is always beginning of something new, which I'm actually mega excited because it's a fresh page, it's a fresh emotion, which can be very useful to me at this point. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Let's create once again something together, a new beginning for me and for this channel. Of course, the car will not leave the garage tomorrow. I believe it will be a process of selling it, of course. So there might be still videos with it coming, but in any case, it's a decision that I've made and it's something that I really wanted to share with you. Thank you for watching. I would really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. That would really help me very, very much. And I see you in the next video next Sunday. Cheers, guys. Oh, and before we completely end this video, I want to film some cool things in my garage, and I'm in the process of brainstorming some cool ideas. What would you like guys to see from the garage? Like maybe, I don't know, like a mini podcast, maybe like every Wednesday or like every Thursday. I could make like a second video, so like 2 videos a week. One of them would just be like maybe me sitting in the garage and sharing some car news or my reaction to some new cars, or maybe like a car suggestion every week. I don't know. Let me know. It's something I want to do, but I haven't yet figured out the concept. So I really appreciate some of your help on this one.